Hello guys, it's KB here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute, and by that I mean a few months, because stuff's been going on in my life and I haven't been able to kind of get into this again, which is really sad, because I really want to. I have booktubers I watch. I will watch anything with Rachel does. Her commentary is also freaking hilarious. Actually, because of her is why I have some of these books. But I have a book haul for all the books I've been collecting. Most of them have actually been in the past week with Black Friday deals. I got 2 boxes from Amazon. Actually, the majority of these came from Amazon. Yeah, just the 2 boxes are literally from the past week and a half, give or take. And then I do still have some books on the way. I just don't, one's not supposed to get here until February, which I'm a little annoyed about, but hey, 20 bucks for a 5 book box set. Yep. So let's get into it. First, let's tie my hair, because it's getting loose. I'm going to talk about the 2 I'm currently reading. They're different from each other. So first you have Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. I'm trying to get back into fantasy reading, and I figured something that I really enjoyed Rachel's video when she does her review on this. I've watched it a few times, so technically I do know everything that happens, most of the things that happen in the book, and it's intrigued me. So I'm almost halfway. I have the gayest bookmark. It's got a bunch of queer books and there are 2 editions of Heartstopper on there, which, if you know me, I love this shit. Well, I'm on chapter 11. But anyway, the short and sweet version of the synopsis is there's a city, it's called Son-Air, aka Son-Air, and it is going around, from what I can tell so far, mainly 3 characters with some smaller ones kind of sprinkled through. So you've got Anton, who is hilarious. From what I'm gleaning so far from what I've read, is he joined the games, as they're called, for the money to help I'm not really sure if there's a friend, ex-girlfriend, haven't quite delved into that, or I've just been oblivious, named Ota. And then you have Princess Kala, who, because this is originally 2 cities, was a princess of air. I understand why she went all psycho and killed a bunch of people. Is going into the games because she wants to kill the current king. And then you have the crowned prince, who's technically not actually related to King Kasa. That's neither here nor there. And he wants to get rid of the king. So him and Princess Kala are teaming up, because they both want Kasa dead. Totally different reasons why. And it's kind of centered around the games, where 88 people were... See, it sounds like it's a random selection of people drawn, but then it's also you have to pay to enter to play in the games. And then the people in it, most of them, to my understanding, have the jumping gene, so they can leave their birth body and their Kui is what they call it, into another body. It's some fascinating shit. And so Anton doesn't have his birth body anymore. He lost that because he was a dumbass. And so the palace confiscated his body. So now he just kind of jumps into a bunch of people. And when you first meet him, he's in, I think he was a banker, or really a financial person. I just think of banker. But anyway, there's that. And on a very different note, with my ghetto ass bookmark, which is just something I like cut, I have Unfurl by Elodie Hart. It's the first book in the Alchemy series, and so it's about Miss Bell, who is, that's what she goes by, but her name is, oh gosh, Valina, if I am saying that correctly, because I very much could not be. And anyway, she grew up Catholic, went to the convent of sorts, school and stuff, and so she's kind of stuck in Catholic ways and stuff, and so she would like to lose her virginity, and she kind of is putting it at a very kind of godly thing, because no offense to anyone religious here, but Catholicism, let's be real, you can't even think remotely about anything regarding intimacy in the bed without it being considered a sin, from what I understand. I could be wrong, and if I am, please educate me. I love learning about religions, even if they're not as common, because I do like my paganism and stuff, which is kind of why I have my Norse tattoo. But yeah, and then so she is pretty much flat sitting for her parents while they go on a little vacay, and in the penthouse, the level above hers, a hot man who owns the Alchemy Club, which is a sexy, sexy club. And now that I've gotten a little bit into it, the name fits, because there's called the Unfurl program at the Alchemy Club, which pretty much is you get to awaken, so to speak, your kind of intimate sexuality, desires and stuff in a more kind of controlled way, so you're not just like having sex willy-nilly per se. And so it's kind of about that. I haven't gotten too far, but I do know that hot sexy owner and her doing it together, which is kind of why there's a bit of an age gap. She's in her 20s, he's like in his 40s. But if you know me, I've read The Salacious Players Club by Sarah Kate, and I ate that shit up. And literally the first book is about someone who ends up working for her ex-boyfriend's dad, and they end up together, and there's a 22, 23 age year, I don't know, 20-something age gap in there, and I ate that up. So I like me some taboo stuff, as you will see in some of the other books I have bought. Because you've got Torment by Dylan Page, which, if I'm understanding, it's this chick who ends up liking her older stepbrother, and yeah, that's about all I know. And I think that's all I need to know. Also, isn't this such a pretty cover? Like, it's thinner than I thought it would be. Granted, this is only part 1. Oh. And back to taboo shit, because Kayla's weird. Older by Jennifer Hartman, which is about, I like my best friend's dad. So, yeah. I've been trying to find, like, at bookstores where I live, and I just haven't been able to, and I saw her on Amazon, so I went, yes, please. I've started still beating by Jennifer Hartman. It's just a tough subject. So I, need to make sure I'm okay mentally to read it, which is why I haven't finished it. It's also why I haven't read Exodus by Kate Stewart or Hunting Adeline. just because I know a bunch of stuff happens that's pretty dark. And I'm finally getting out of my, like, mental rut, and I don't want to go back in there. So I'm trying to take it easy, hence with also, like, the fantasies and whatnot. Like, I got The Deer and His Dragons by Piper CJ. I do also have The Night Is Moon by her. I haven't read it yet. Also got both of these, this and her other book, because of Read of Rachel. I love her. Please be my bestie. People go missing. Chick has powers. People think Chick's crazy. And then, because I like Disney. Since those Braswell. I have a couple of the Twisted Tales. I've got Rapunzel's, which is What Once Was Mine, which its tagline is, what if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? I haven't actually read the synopsis, I just kind of saw that and went, that sounds interesting. Please don't make a mess of my books, child. She's on the thicker side, but I want to get back into Disney because, like, I like watching the movies. I have Katie Roberts' Wicked Villains. I've read so far technically only one of them, which was Ariel's, which is The Sea Witch. Really enjoyed it. Very spicy stuff. And I wanted to go straight in to the Queen's Rose. Yes, but, like, even though you don't technically have to read them in order of, like, when they were published, I want to, just because I don't want to miss things that happen to some of the side characters, which is why I haven't gone into the Queens yet, because you get to see more of the main couple theirs relationship through the others, because I got to see some of it in The Sea Witch, so I kind of want to see where everything began. And then, also on the Twisted, I got Frozen's, which is Conceal Don't Feel, and its tagline is, what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? They're sisters. So I'm very curious how they play that one out. Not as thick, though. I think I also have the one of Beauty and the Beast somewhere at probably my mother's house. Because I have a lot of things at my mother's house still. And the next box, because I have problems and I am FOMO, I think, I got When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, which is about dragons. Or at least there's dragons in them, but they're not necessarily called dragons. But, like, I don't know, there's secrecy and things that unfurl. I did watch, but mostly listen to Rachel's video on this, and it intrigued me. Also, this thing is fat. Like their fingers fat. Also, in the fatness. But the next few are more fantasy-based, because again, I really want to get back in fantasy. I got Malice by John Gwynne. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I don't know if that's correct or not. It says, even the brave will fall. And so you follow Corbin, Evnis, Veridis, and Nathar. Things go wrong, things can't be whole. That's a quick version. Another thick, big book. But, like, I know a lot of people are reading this author's other series, so I wanted to try something from them, because people really like the author, so I'm going to try it. When we're going to figure that out as we go. Also, can we just, just admire how simple this cover is? Like, come on. I think it's cool. I'd show you my cat, but I don't have to move this entire setup I have right now. And he's just staying with, like, little head going. It's really cute. He's also on Hot Books. We're just gonna let him be. And then the next, technically I already own the first book, but it's a different cover. And if I'm gonna own a series, they have to have the same cover design, otherwise it'll piss me off to no end. So I got the Mistborn trilogy, but with the new covers, because they're really pretty. The fact that the spines don't kind of match is irritating me a little bit, but that's just a me thing. So I actually call Brandon Sanderson Brando Sando. I know some people do Brandy Sandy. But in this world, people can have abilities by ingesting types of metal. And then there's Trippy Not Dead guy kind of ruling over everything, and it's the rebellion of trying to get rid of him. With a little romance sprinkled in. Just come on. Island. I think it's so cute. I want more of that. But I think I have decided I am going to reread Mistborn just because it's been at least 8 years since I read it. So I think it'd be easier to just reread it before I jump into The Wall of Ascension and then The Hero of Ages. Like, aren't these covers really pretty? But yeah. I'm gonna put this back in the box. And hopefully not again. Please fit. Thank you for sitting on that. Did you put it in this box? Yes, okay. And a few of the other books I've gotten not recently. I would show Sink by Ellen Hopkins because I love that author to pieces, but that book is currently on the bed at my mom's house. I read it in technically 2 sittings because I was started it at night. Not my smartest. This is, but like, it's about twins, Storm and Lake. Shit happens. They end up going to foster care, and they end up getting split because the foster mom's a lunatic and thought incest was happening when they just went to hug. You kind of get to see the different paths they go on. But like, the ending had me squealing. If you've read it, I hope you understand kind of why. I just, the last couple pages with Blake's thing, and I know, I can see where it's going. And then another kind of auto-buy author I have, as you can tell, because I have 2 editions of The Glass Girl by Kathleen Glasgow. I got this one from Barnes & Noble the day it came out, because I have problems. Read it, I think also in 2 sittings. And then I had to get the Target version, because come on, purple, sprayed edges. And I met her. She had a book signing at one of the bookstores in my city. I was so excited. It was a good time. We got to ask a bunch of questions. She brought cookies for everyone. What a sweet lady. And then I did end up caving and buying the deluxe edition of Girl in Pieces. I've even started annotating it. I was doing a reread. I haven't finished my reread. Just because I left this on the coffee table in my living room and then kind of hid in my room. To be fair, stuff is going on with my roommate and her, I don't know what the fluff nugget to call him. But yeah, so I want to finish annotating it. This is kind of actually my first book I've actually legitly annotated. It's like it's like if they have margins for annotation, I have tiny handwriting. And so like sometimes I would write words and kind of like thinking, but I did organize like what color means what for this. Things gotta match. Will be, oh yeah, I don't know if you can tell. I like it. My cat bit it. Just like my roommate's cat bit this book while I was reading it. What is up with the cats in this house and biting books? But yeah, so my plan is to finish it, do some more animation. I think, because this also comes with like, there we go, a little, I don't know kind of how to describe it, but it's like journal prompts, but like, if you guys have ever heard of, what is it? Not the Book of Shadows. No, kind of like a Book of Shadows. Nope. It's where it's prompts to work on yourself in a more deep setting where it's not just like frilly things like, I like this and this makes me sad, but it's like kind of what makes you tick and why things affect you, like what are your triggers for certain things, why are they triggers, kind of things like that is what I would kind of describe it as. You actually get introduced to it with Bella. So I think it's kind of nice how she put it in the deluxe edition. So I just think that's really cool. And for someone with some mental problems, I think I can find some use of it. So my plan is to either like kind of make photocopies of it, so like I don't have to write, I might anyway, in here and take up all the space, but then if I make photocopies I can kind of like do it multiple times, if that makes sense. Yeah. Other books I got, if I can pick them up. This is during my random walks through Barnes & Noble. That's where I bought the first one. And then I was talking to one of my friends that I used to work with, and she's like, bruh, you get them cheaper on Amazon. So I did. But it's like these really pretty bind-up-y editions of the Bridgerton series. So this one's 1 and 2, so you've got Daphne's story and then Antony's. And then you got Benedict and Colin, Hyacinth and Gregory, and then Eloise and Francesca. So like, they're just really pretty. I am slowly making my way through the Viscount Who Loved Me, which is Antony's story. It's like, I've seen the show. It's like, I kind of want to see like the differences between the book and the show. It's like, I definitely noticed some with The Duke and I, which is Daphne's story. So it's season 1, book 1. And the thing that kind of confuses me, no, because that does make sense. It's just the order of like how the show's doing it versus like how they're coming out in the books. But then when you think about it, leave me alone, I am Canadian. There's stuff that needs to have happened with Daphne's story, because in Antony's, she's already married. But in the books, they start with Daphne, and then they start from the A of the alphabet, and then go more or less in that directory. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what I have. Ooh. One of the books I did buy between when I got all these was Pen Pal by J.T. Gessinger. I think that's how you pronounce it. Please don't come for me, because I can't pronounce stuff. The book pissed me off. Because when you read the synopsis, it's pretty much like, hey, I'm getting these letters from this guy named Dante. And he's in prison. But he knows me. And then this chick, Kayla, who has the same name as me, so when I was talking to my friend, I'm like, it was kind of awkward. Especially when I was reading, they were doing things, and I'm like, I don't do that. Anyway, So it sounds like it's a romance. The way I was marketed to it was a dark romance. But, like, that's only, like, a small part of it. Because this is going to be so very spoilery part of it right now. So, it's more of a paranormal thriller with a side of romance. And the trigger warnings, at least the ones in my copy, aren't that great. Because I don't think the schizophrenia rep in there is accurate at all. I have seen some people on YouTube kind of discuss things about schizophrenia. I am trying to read some literature into it. Because I don't want to know more. Because things like that fascinate me. Should they? Probably not. But they do. And so just, I don't know. I liked the love story part to it, but, like, the other things I just didn't get. So, like, I don't know how to rate it. So I'm still pissed at that. I read Butcher and Blackbird. I read, I think, 2 chapters of Leather and Lark. But I have heard those are better to be listened to via audiobook. So I think I might get them on my Audible. So, like I said, it's all the things I've gotten mostly recently. Things I've been watching recently. You can blame my older sister on this one. Watched the entire Twilight series again. I do rewatch those a lot. I ended up just buying them on Amazon Prime. So then as long as I have Wi-Fi, I can just watch them on Prime. So I did. I do have physical copies I bought off a Facebook Marketplace, but your girl's a dumbass and accidentally broke the first one. Yay! Ooh, I did also buy The Uglies. I just got the first 3 books. I don't know if I'll get extras. Because my roommate had me watch the movie. I actually did really enjoy it. So I got the books. It fell off my bed, so it's behind me somewhere. Actually, I know where it is. And so I'm going to work on reading those because I have always liked dystopia. I'm trying to get back to the things I liked when earlier years of reading. I'll still read, like, my sexy taboo stuff, because I love me smut shit. Weird. I love weird. Anyway, so I watched Uglies, ended up buying the books. Watched Twilight. I did bring the first 3 books here. I don't know where my copy of Breaking Dawn is, so now I'm kind of questioning if I actually did buy Breaking Dawn, the book. So we'll see on that one. I started watching, Cruel Intentions on Amazon Prime. I am so confused with this show. But I think that's the point. Yeah. I'm not even sure how to, like, properly describe it. So I would just look into it if you are interested. It's got some step-siblings, some romance. I'm going with there's going to be a professor-student thing going on. At least that's what I'm getting at with what's been going on. Yeah, that's basically it. I've been trying to focus more on, like, myself, because I kind of went down my rabbit hole is what I like to call it. So I've been working on getting back out, trying to get my stuff with work all settled. And this is going to be the first video I've done in a few months. I'm hoping I can work on doing better of getting stuff out regularly. I haven't decided how regular yet, but hopefully, I'm going to try and aim for something once a month. We will see, just because I haven't been able to, I haven't been in as much of a reading mood as I would like these past few months, just because, the stuff that's been going on in my life. But yeah, if you need book recommendations, another thing, do you guys have any, video editing software recommendations. Because I would like to be able to actually edit videos. I just don't really know how, and I don't know where to start. I might look into Skillshare. I think is what some people have like talked about on their videos and ads and stuff. So I might look at that. But we'll see. I've made some leeway in Beach Read, a little bit in Yellowface. I don't know, they're just not doing it for me. Because they're kind of like the books I want to read, to like work into writing. So I just have written, what is it, 4,000 something words of like, right now it's more of like a short story. Ideally I'd like to write like a full-length novel one day with what's going on and that, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if I have the skills for it. But yeah, that's it for this video, I think. But yeah, we're just gonna see how I can do this and not break things. That's my first son. His name is Gale. Yes, after the Hunger Games. No, I did not name him. My mother did. He's a sweet child. Loud when I haven't fed him. But you'll probably see him in videos just because he can be an annoying turd. Right now he's doing good. But like, he'll walk across and stuff, and he has a history of peeing on my roommate's dog's bed, so he's not quite allowed outside of my bedroom currently because of, he did that not too long ago, so you'll probably end up seeing more of him. But yeah, please ignore my painter's tape. I just keep forgetting to take it off when we move in here. But yeah, that's it. Any recommendations, books, editing, things to watch, let me know. Okay, bye!